Hello and welcome back to Broken Sword. We're here once again, and I think I figured out what I couldn't figure out last time, so let's see if it's correct. Yep. How was... it's so annoying. How was I supposed to figure that out? Well, now we have...
It was a length of coarse gray toweling from the toilet at the Club Alamut.
Oh, well, I mean it does make sense, because this is not paper. I thought it was paper that you're supposed to, like, tear off. But this is just like a towel that just rolls. It might be like a culture difference thing. I mean, the toilet was pretty strange, so maybe the towel system is equally strange. Well, at least now we can get on with the plot. So I'm actually not sure like how long this game is, because I can't remember the ending or anything like that, so who knows how long this is gonna go. I mean, we've gone pretty far now, and we're all the way from Paris to here, and to we went to Ireland, but we'll see.
Hello again, Ultar.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
Is this any use to you?
My friend, the very thing, yes!
Ultar took the towel from me, cut it in two lengthways, and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement that's normally done with stockings.
Now, if I knot the ends together, so... Serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's head? Yes!
So I wonder what we're gonna use the other half for. Okay, here's our thumbnail, probably. I mean, it would suck if the car breaks down out here. I'm not sure if I would feel safe going on, or I don't know how reliable those stocking repairs people do actually are. Is the screen smaller for this cutscene for some reason? It's kind of weird, but... I think maybe I remember what happens in this area. Maybe. Let's check out this thing.
A young tree grew at the edge of the drop.
There's a crevice or something here. Okay, I just took a branch and put it in my pocket.
Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock.
Is he scared to go down there or something?
It was the roller towel from the club washroom, now cut in half along its length by Ultar. Centuries of hot days and deep.
So, what exactly is the problem here? Not going... Oh, okay.
With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot.
Just doesn't look like that's strong enough, but I mean, sure.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
I mean,
Well,
sure.
that looked really safe. But I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to
And
Syria.
also, how much towel? I guess we gotta just accept that that happened. I mean, look at the amount of towel. Well, okay. I think this... I'm just gonna do this. Let's see. Let's just go out here. Oh, there's a thing. Because this wall looks like...
Close up, the niche looked somehow artificial.
It looks like this is a door or something.
I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But there was something in there. A metal ring. As wide as my hand.
Now, what could that mean? I mean... Okay, that was a desperate attempt. As wide as my hand. Okay. No. See, maybe if we walk down here, we'll notice something different. Let's go more. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything as wide as my hand, so like I'm guessing it's like some kind of button or something. And I mean, the rope does allow us to go back up, but I'm not really sure what we could get up there right now.
I took a firm hold of the ring and pulled. Whoa there!
Oh, okay, it was that easy.
A secret door. All I needed now was Vincent Price to loom up out of the dark for my day to be complete.
That's a good reference. Okay, now we're getting kind of creepy.
The work that had gone into this place was impressive. I had to hand it to the Templars. When they built a secret cave, they built a quality secret cave. Without explosives or a pickaxe, there wasn't a whole bundle I could do to the brickwork.
Okay, let's just move on in here.
Around the corner, I found the corpse.
Oh, is that Indiana Jones?
Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me.
So this is...
I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
Yeah, this is like basically how we're gonna die if we don't figure this out. Let's take it in order. Let's look at the statue thing.
Stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries. Sure was an ugly one, though. I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it.
Well, I mean, that's a good as purpose as any.
Without getting too close, I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead.
Let's hope you're smarter, George.
Okay, all right. I've done more fun things in my life than searching a corpse, but as my life expectancy wasn't great, I figured I should try every new challenge that came my way.
YOLO.
Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens, a very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball. I'd searched Klausner once and knew that the lens was the only thing he'd been carrying. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international conspirators would go around better equipped. I'd searched no
Okay,
portable.
that was
You'd
the
think
same. Okay.
it was the lens that I'd found.
Okay. So let's check out this thing, whatever that is.
Up on the wall was an inscription, partially eroded by the ages. Something, something, in occidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Mundi, that's the Earth?
The Latin
maybe?
was clear enough, but what did it mean? The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar.
Oh,
My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar, don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are! You!
Hello, Mr. Stobart.
Oh, boy.
We meet in the most unusual places. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart.
I kind of remember this part. I think I remember how to get out of it.
Now then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about. Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
Should we... Can we even try to...
Yeah, he was carrying some sort of lens. I've got it with me.
Give it to me.
I don't think so.
Don't be a fool, Mr. Stobart.
If I give it to you, what's to stop you killing me?
What is to stop me killing you anyway?
You might hit the lens.
Not if I shoot you in the head.
When I fall, the lens might get broken.
Yes. You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobart. Perhaps you will live to see another day. Perhaps. Was there anything else?
Let's try no.
Well, there is something, I guess, but you can't move it.
Yes? What is it?
It's a treasure map. You know, X marks the spot.
Come now. Do you expect me to believe that?
Yeah, okay. You caught me. But round the corner, there is something in Latin up on the wall.
Latin? Do you remember it, Mr. Stobart?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now.
Okay, so how...
Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stobart, a rare breed. I should like to shake your hand.
Yeah. Well, what the heck? It was a long way down. Below, I could see Ultar's truck. Okay, let's get this over with.
What? I mean, I clicked it. Well, here's our thumbnail. Oh boy. Okay. So we gotta be really quick, apparently. Well, this should be... I don't know, I clicked it and then maybe I was too fast and then... so annoying.
I didn't like the idea, but there was
Okay.
a mess.
Okay, let's just get this over
I took a
with.
firm hold of the ring, and... Whoa!
So
Around the corner.
let's just copy the dialogue options maybe,
Oh my Lord, I don't...
because
Oh, I had a...
I don't know.
Okay, I've done... But...
Poor
Hey,
Indiana Jones.
I found a very... That the...
Oh man, I'm so annoyed. Even though
couldn't
we
take-
can
and
do
I
this
did
really
all I-
quickly, it's just so annoying to have to do it over again.
In... That would...
Okay, let's get back.
I couldn't think of any... A stone... It was a redolent with... Sure was an ugly one, though.
Is there something I'm missing?
Up on the wall... The Latin one... But what... The mouth so... My... Oh! You!
Hello? Please,
Did you...
I did, and I...
And what...
I wonder, can you hear the clicking?
It is
Because,
white.
If I... But it could be all...
Boy, it...
No,
okay, that was a quick conversation. Now let's have another one. And let's make sure I don't fail
now then,
How...
this time.
Yep.
I'll take you.
Starvation.
He was... He... Was he...
Yeah.
Give...
I...
Don't...
If...
What is...
You might...
Not...
When I...
He... You please... There was...
Well...
He...
It's a...
Come now.
Yeah, but...
Latin.
In
Ah,
Well, I... But what the...
it tells Mr. A gift.
Thanks, I...
Okay,
But there is far.
So what are you gonna...
I regret.
Okay,
You are an honorable. I should like to.
Yeah. Well... It was a long way...
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Okay, so I suppose we're supposed to just jump. I mean, sure, okay. And this time oh damn. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing because as I
didn't
clicked
like
the
it,
gun,
but
I
there
kind of
was a
remembered
mess-
that moment, like, oh, the gun didn't work.
I took a firm...
I think
And-
maybe it would portray
Whoa!
George as a bit of a bad character if you just let him shoot some guy. I mean, you could just hold him up as well. But, yeah.
Around the...
Okay, let's get this over with. And remember
Oh
to
my Lord,
right-click the
Oh man! The
thing
door...
in the end of the
I had a-
hallway.
Okay. I've done... But... Hey!
Oh,
I
okay.
found
So,
some
well,
kind
if you're
of very
watching
old-
this,
That's the night...
be sure to leave a comment and subscribe. This whole thing's pretty
Up
new,
on the wall, wasn't
so
it?
if people subscribe and like it, that encourages me to make more, you know?
Something...
Right
The
now it's
Latin
kind
was-
of just a
but
little
what-
hobby that I do on the side.
I couldn't... And I did... All I could...
Okay, now we're getting close.
That would happen. I couldn't... And I didn't... All I could do...
Wait, what?
That would have to... Up on the wall... Something... The Latin was... But what did it...
Is the statue important for some reason?
I couldn't think of... A stone... It was a strange... redolent. Sure wasn't ugly. Without getting apart and Klausner, but he was still...
So what am I missing now?
It was the light.
I'm pretty sure it's just supposed to be this thing.
I couldn't take the... And I didn't have... All I could do... In Occidenta... That would have to... The mouse of my
Okay, there we go.
Ultar!
I'm not sure why that didn't work the first time.
You!
Hello,
Okay,
please.
Did you say...
I did, and I
name.
then I.
That's a good word.
It is the
What?
if I thought, but it could hold.
Boy,
No,
I mean, I should have saved in the cave, but you know. I thought it was gonna happen sooner,
then.
so...
how... Yep.
I'll
Start...
He was called. He was.
Yeah.
Give it.
I...
Don't.
If I...
Let's not
what is-
change
you might-
anything, because I don't
Not
want
when I-
to deal with...
You please. Perhaps.
I don't want to deal with like
was there
having one of the dialogue options
Well,
Yeah.
it's a...
messing me up.
Yeah, but...
Let it.
In Oc...
Ah.
Well, I know... But what the heck?
It tell Mr. Aggi.
Thanks.
But there is.
So what...
You're a.
Okay.
I should like.
Yeah. It was a long...
I mean, that does not look safe. I don't think he would have survived at all. But
Luckily,
okay,
the
sure,
canopy on
I'll take
Ultar's
it.
truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, George.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Okay, let's show her the lens then, I guess.
Have you any idea what this lens might be used for?
As a magnifying glass, obviously.
Oh, I mean, I know.
I'll be back.
Okay.
It's obvious right now. So let's go back to the church. And through my teachings, you know, that whole thing that we were trying to figure out. Which is now solved, kind of. Yeah. He's just enjoying his drink still. No tourists anymore. Oh, there's a priest there now. I'm just gonna save just in case we run into something like that again. Because that was pretty annoying. Let's just go straight for the lens in the scroll. Then maybe he can tell us something interesting afterwards. He might find it kind of weird that we're gonna put things in the statue as well, though.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove. Hey! A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. MCCC-XIV. That's 1314.
Okay, so what's the importance of that? Maybe he knows.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Let's ask about
Is the right-hand window original?
Oui, monsieur.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The Burning Man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times, people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens. You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of
We
stained
need to figure out
glass.
what that date means.
Pride is a sin, monsieur. But it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest.
Okay.
Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that.
I mean,
I thought about using the shake and shock on him, but I couldn't do that to a priest.
no, that would be terrible.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, it's already looking shiny, so...
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Okay.
Have you seen this man before?
No, I have never seen him before.
Good.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okay, so this is the one we need to examine. I'm not sure where that's going to
Now
lead
that my
us.
attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Okay, so what do we do with that information?
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant.
Boy,
Merci.
there's grease paint on this tissue.
Oui, you are correct.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
I didn't find it weird at all. He just like, yep.
The Templars were demonstrating a pretty good grasp of physics. If the dissolution hadn't happened, we'd have had cold fusion power last century. A statue of a...
Let's look at maybe some of these other ones.
I wondered if this guy had...
Okay.
A stone...
They probably
Carrying all that
don't
arm.
matter, these ones.
A Knight Templar burning at the stake. To think of the long century, all the thousands of people who must have been through here and seen it. A huge stained glass...
Let's just check the other graves before we move on.
I was surprised to feel... Just think. The tomb of Don Carlos. I couldn't wait to tell the Countess. I'd have to find out what the chalice was for first, though. Okay. Psalms 32:7, John, Corinthians 1. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like I was still convinced that the chalice had some...
There's not much in this room to interact with.
Waiting in prayer. I didn't have time to...
So, where can we go? What could a chalice be for?
It was hard to believe it was the same chalice.
And that date, like that has to mean something.
In French, English, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, fixed to the wall. There was no water to frolic, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't.
This is a long shot.
I couldn't open it with my bare.
Is there any reason to go back down here, really?
Hey, hey, leave that cup. Sorry, you stay away.
I'm not sure if we're supposed to go down there anymore, though.
You're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
This is like Oblivion dialogue.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed.
I'm not really buying it.
Tight, ready to pounce. Pajang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, no, I am on the trail of Sieur Jacques.
Yeah, so us
Sieur
vandalizing
Jacques, the terror
the sewer,
of the
maybe?
subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere. Is he so hush or beneath the neck? That damned elusive Sieur Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
It's a good thing he has his drink then.
Who is this Sewer Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning. To despoil the sewers of our fair city, he has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and
Oh boy.
deluded a poor
Oh boy.
war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur
Wow, is that the time?
and an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Well, let's just get out of here before he finds out about that. Okay, so where... Let's just make sure there's no... No, we're done with all these places, yeah. Police station. Museum. Oh, I mean, we can show the... Now that it's been cleaned, we might be able to figure out more about it, the chalice. Hopefully. So let's see what Lobino has to say about it.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story, but I found the bull's head. It was referred to on the manuscript, remember?
Yes, what is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In occidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map. What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions. While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was
So I
discovered
guess
by
we're
some
gonna go
workmen
there.
while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now, a bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Okay. So
Thanks for your help, Andre.
does that mean that
You're
we're
welcome.
going to wherever Lav was? Let's see if he has
Pardon me?
anything new.
Oui, monsieur?
Does this old...
Nothing, monsieur.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
I think we're done here. So hopefully that location shows up on our map now. If not, I'm not sure what to do. Maybe, I don't know, the cafe area for some reason is still open. Oh, here we go. Oh, this guy looks like a fun guy.
I couldn't climb over. The gate was surrounded by some pretty fancy ironwork. The painter didn't seem to regard the painting as too important. Not as important as a cigarette break, anyway. The painter had a pot of gunmetal gray primer hanging from the barrier.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Puh!
There was a dumpster full of debris. From the excavation, I guessed.
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Let's see.
Oh, darn. I'd left my grappling hook at home. No way could I get up there.
I mean, if we had a towel, or
The
half
archway
a towel
was topped
even.
by a fancy balustrade.
So, I mean, let's talk to him.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions.
Will you shake my hand?
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing.
That's almost an insult.
Have you
maybe.
seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoked so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean, when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
At least he admits it.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but là...
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
What's unusual about the visitors to the excavation?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Yeah, that's the way of the world, I guess.
I've got a sewer key.
I used to work in the sewer.
Oh? What happened?
I had a cigarette break in a pocket of methane. A manhole cover landed on the other side of the Seine and I was sacked. A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
I have some plaster of Paris.
Amazing.
I have a red nose.
He's not impressed.
Imagine.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I'm guessing we need some of his paint for something. So let's see what happens when we go down here. Okay.
A dumpster with some debris in it.
So this guy's guarding the door or something?
Yep, that was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. The doorway was full of assorted old tea chests, cardboard boxes, and so on, all empty and all uninteresting. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there.
Okay. What about... I mean, let's talk to him first and let's see what he says.
Hi?
Might give us some clue about what we
excuse me?
need to
Oui?
do.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
Maybe it's like hired by the... I don't know. Seems pretty serious.
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him. It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
Have you seen this man before?
Oh,
You have.
no.
Okay.
Do you recognize this name?
Merlin. No.
I was gonna have to get rid of this thing. It was dead. I've got a red nose.
Oh.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
So maybe we need to turn it up or down.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
I mean, we're pretty good at...
There was a closed door with toilet.
Okay.
That door's locked, monsieur.
There was a telephone on the far wall. I turned the heating off. Hi again.
Is he gonna...
What is it?
Okay, that took him some time.
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of deja vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Okay, let's just hope I don't have to
Talk to you later.
Au revoir,
get a
monsieur.
towel this time as well. I'm not sure why we turned the heating. Oh, okay. Soap?
A filthy wash basin hung on the wall. I didn't want to use that unless I really had to. The cold taps washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. A filthy... The taps were rusted. The cold taps...
Okay.
A bin stood in the corner. It didn't look like it had been emptied for a while. I wasn't that interested in what might go into a restroom's garbage to investigate. I didn't need to get near to tell the toilet needed cleaning. Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. There was a ventilation grill up in the wall. I could have climbed onto the sink, prized the ventilator cover loose, wedged myself into the tiny hole, smashed the far cover out, and plunged headfirst into the next room. Or I could just go through the door like a sane person.
Yeah, but it's there for a reason, I feel like.
Being in a charming... That place, at least...
So, what is the deal with...
Capacious as my pockets were, the shovel used to feed the furnace was stuck into the pile of coal. The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it. The thing felt... There was a big old boiler used for heating the building.
So, I mean, we need to do something.
I didn't want. A huge pile of coal lay in the corner. Real high-tech stuff. The thing felt really hot. Big demands.
So there's no way to, like, open it or do anything to it.
That...
So what exactly am I trying to do in here? Because there doesn't seem to be anything to do. He just examines it. Hmm. Oh.
It was the bar of soap I'd stolen from the washroom of the excavation site.
So what exactly are we using that for?
No.
Are you gonna clean the toilet? Like what do we need soap for? And whatever happened to that toilet chain? Did we actually do anything with that? Oh wait, oh, what's this?
Capacious as my pockets were,
Oh, that's just a shovel. Oh, okay, I thought it.
capacious.
Yeah, okay. Hmm.
A big. On the keyring was a big old key that looked like it might fit the excavation door.
Oh, what is that?
A hand dryer was mounted on the wall. If the Club Alamut had used one of these instead of a roller towel, I'd probably still be stuck in Marib.
Okay, so we can dry things. Now what exactly would we need to dry? Well, let's go back out and see if we can figure out anything new.
Hi again.
What is it?
What was I supposed to say? Hey, look what I stole.
Yeah, why not?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
So I can give them back to him.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Can I plant something on them?
A thermostat was mounted. I'd turned the thermostat all the way down.
Let's see what the phone is there for.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
Georges, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Georges, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did. Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
Well, that's nice. So, what are we missing? I don't see what...
No.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Hi
Oh
again.
shit, I think maybe I
What is
figured it
it?
out. Or wait.
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow... I turn...
You could wrap up war.
I have my gloves if it gets...
I need you.
Again?
I have this.
Never mind.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I turned the heating off.
Yeah, so we're making a copy of the keys.
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
And then we do this.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
And then, finally, we do this.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Absolutely. Let's just do a little save, just because you never know. So we need to use this bucket outside somehow. So, but how are we going to convince him to let us do that?
Hey, monsieur! Don't go with my keys.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
Here's the key.
Merci, monsieur.
Okay, so but I'm not sure if he's going to let us dip our key in the thing. But I mean, we could just try.
Hey, monsieur! Get away from my paint pot!
Okay.
I should think so.
Hi, it's me again.
What?
I made this key out of plaster.
How thrilling! How clever! How pointless.
I have a...
Imagine.
So how are we going to distract him?
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chapel.
Ah,
No?
okay.
You?
Yes.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Well, there was that cart of debris. Maybe there's something we can do with that. I'm hoping.
Yep, that was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a... The doorway led to an old... There was nothing interesting.
Maybe we need Nico to distract the guy somehow.
Kula.
Hi, Nico, it's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Goodbye, George.
No, wait a minute. I need your help.
What kind of help? I told you I'm busy.
This will only take a few minutes, I promise.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line.
No,
I'll go and get him.
no time to explain. Okay. I'm glad we figured that out.
Hi, it's me.
What now?
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers and his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Too well, monsieur. What a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
What? Abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Smart man.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use...
Again?
I have this...
Never.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
So we probably need to do the trade in there.
Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
Okay, so now we shouldn't have to do anything else. Oh, we need to give it to him and then
Hi again.
What is it?
distract him or something.
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I turned the thermostat back to where I'd found it. I turned the heating off. Hi again.
What is it?
After the amount of trouble I'd been through to get, I wasn't about to share with the
How do I get him to leave though?
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
That guard had been put here to guard something. My guess was that the excavation was behind that door. I didn't think that the guard would just let me waltz past. Besides, I had a hunch that door was locked.
So
A guard stood by a door. He looked pretty pompous.
So how exactly are we going to make him leave, or
Hi, Nico. It's me.
I'd guessed.
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
You should probably get that, Mr. Guard. Could be very important.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah! Don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Yeah, let's let them figure it out. We can check out the statue, or whatever it was they found there. Now, let's see. I mean, that took some time to get through that door. Oh boy.
I couldn't see anything useful to do with the planks.
Yeah, there is some blood at the base, it looks like.
Now there's a familiar face. Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side. Oh, great. More dead people. Although the gendarmes weren't likely to pull in any suspects unless they had a time machine. This guy must have been here for centuries. No, thanks. In the middle of the floor was a weird mosaic, all swirling and distorted. There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet.
It's kind of creepy.
The Templars had certainly been through here. Now there's a
So... is that all? I mean, there must be more to it. Oh, here we go.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church.
So how did he get past the
I
guard?
found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Maybe they were just
There was a
talked
distorted
long enough to
picture
where
at the
he
Baphomet
didn't
site.
come back.
When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
Is that in the manuscript?
Let's
maybe?
take another look at the manuscript.
Or maybe I need to talk to the priest. In the... He might know something. Let's see...
That's the face of the statue I saw at the Bull's Head. That's the lens I found on Klausner's body in the bull's head. That's the That's the gem. That's the That's the clue. That's the clue.
Okay, I'm guessing we're going to probably the church.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to
Oh,
the Countess.
yeah, okay.
Hurry back, Georges.
I guess that's also an option. I'm thinking we're gonna head there and then we're gonna call it quits. So it's a little bit of a cliffhanger to see what happens when we go back to the Countess. And yeah, here we go. It might play a cutscene. If
I'd been
not,
planning to return the chalice anyway, but I hadn't expected the trail to bring me here. The Villa de Vasconcelos was as picturesque as ever. The weather was still clear, and Lopez was still watering the damn lawn. I was beginning to suspect that he was surgically attached to that hose. Hi there, Lopez. How's tricks?
Senor Stobart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senor Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
oh, you don't say.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
Well, that's a good effect to have on people. Kind of. Okay, so we're gonna call it quits here. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye. We are going to see what happens in the next one. This is number, yeah. Okay, bye-bye.